You can see the excitement is building. It really couldn't get any more exciting because the race is virtually upon us, and really not much time left to make a decision on what your favourite horses. I know what my favourites are, but I haven't had much luck on the punting stakes today, so fingers crossed things might change. My luck may change. Now your luck could change if you participate in our home viewer fashion competition, and we've got some great prizes to give away. We're featuring 3 designers each day, Derby, Cup and Oaks Day, and all you need to do is watch the telecast, choose your favourite outfit, ring in and vote, and tell us which one you like and why. And you get a chance to win an array of great prizes, including a $10,000 gift voucher from Harvey Norman. So stay watching Channel 10. We'll be bringing you all the details each day for the 3 days, and of course the winner towards the end of the week. But that's about all from me for the moment from the 10 marquee. My delightful colleague and co-host Tim Webster is trackside, ready to take over the reins for the afternoon. Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, Sandra. Looking very nice in between the Chinese lanterns or something, are they, down there?
They are. We have a very carnival atmosphere.
Okay, we'll take it. You go and enjoy yourself. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our studio for the rest of the afternoon. AAMI Victoria Derby 2001. It's about 24 minutes away to the big race today. Lots to do in here, and I've got a couple of very special guests with me. I'll tell you what. I've been in television a very long time. This is something I thought I would never see, but I'm delighted I'm going to. AFL footy on Channel 10, and with me, Stephen Silvani and Stephen Quartermain. Hey, boys.
Afternoon, Tim. Great to be here.
Mate, yeah, you're a legend. I'll talk to you in a minute. You would be like a kid in a lolly shop.
It's been a long time coming, Tim, as we've talked about many times, but it's an absolute thrill, and well, we just can't wait. We're ready to go. So we're ready to go for next year, and we just cannot wait for the pre-season competition to start and then the real stuff.
Well, when you say ready to go, you've been ready for this all your life.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But now it's here, and look, it's really exciting, and 10 have got a fantastic deal. We've 2 Saturday games every week in the home and away season, and all the finals for the entire 5 years. Yeah. Can't get much better than that.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just terrific.
And looking forward to having a new boy on the block.
We can't keep the smiles on your face. Now, how hard was it? Yeah, I know you've been asked this question, but it must have been very hard to make that decision to finally put the boots away after this incredible career of yours.
Yeah, it was pretty tough, but fortunately I probably had a bit of time to think about it. Went and saw the surgeon about round 16 of this season, and I'd probably had 8 weeks to really make up my mind whether I should go on or not. And obviously from a health point of view, I've opted to hang the boots up, and I had an opportunity to go to Channel 10 and do some special comments, so thrilled that I'm able to do that.
Yeah, the knee not good, and you got horribly clobbered there too during the season.
A couple of times.
Oh, I mean,
you would have known better by now, wouldn't you?
They didn't miss you.
No, listen, just a few incidents that sort of happened in the game, but, you know, I haven't had too many of those that have occurred over 17 years, but seem to get a couple towards the end of the career.
When the Blues run out for the first time next year, that'll probably tug the heart a bit.
Yeah, no question about that. I mean, it's going to be difficult not to play. I probably won't miss the training and all the hard jacket in the pre-season, but certainly when the boys go out there to play the actual game, that's going to be a bit tough. But fortunately, I'm still involved on a commentary, special comments and that, so it'll be great.
My producer's yelling at me to go, but just quickly, the 2002 fixture, that's a big call from the AFL, 3 games at Stadium Australia. Yeah,
look, the big blockbusters, Swans are playing Collingwood, Essendon, Richmond from memory. Hopefully get 50,000 plus. They're going to be huge blockbuster games on a Saturday night. Great for football in Sydney, and hopefully the people will support them and go to Homebush. Should be great.
When the Hawks are playing, you be calm.
Always.
Guys, it's great, and thanks for coming to join us.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay, Stephen Silvani and Stephen Quartermain. We'll take a break. This is AAMI Victoria Derby Day. Derby Day, the greatest day of racing on the Australian turf calendar.
Select in front of Falls the Shadow. Universal Prince back on the rails, but hit the roof, dash clear.
Today, the stars of the turf step out in the pursuit of Group 1 glory. From the speed in the Salinger.
It's Easy Rocky in front, getting near the post. I think Easy Rocking from Umrah.
To the magic of the McKinnon.
Stretch through on the inside, and Oliver Twist is going to win the McKinnon by half a length.
And of course, the daring in the Derby.
Scalano, Universal Prince, and Falls the Shadow, but it's hit the roof. Hit the roof wins the Derby by 3 lengths.
From the marquees to the mounting yards, welcome to fabulous Flemington. This is the 2001 Melbourne Cup Carnival, live and exclusive to Network 10. Yes, it doesn't get any better, does it, thoroughbred horse racing? The Amy Victoria Derby, they reckon it's a race in 2, possibly 3. Viscount Ustinov, Amalfi. We'll find out in about 16 minutes. Let's have a look at the contenders for the Derby.
It was first run in 1855, and since then it's been the spring showpiece for 3-year-olds, the Amy Victoria Derby. Today they run for $1.25 million and the prestige of a blue ribband victory. John Hawkes has won this race twice before, and the handsome Viscount gives him an outstanding chance of making it 3. So unlucky when third in last week's torrid Cox Plate at the Valley, he may give Kerrin McEvoy a belated 21st birthday present to remember. His main opposition looks likely to be the regally bred Ustinov. The colt was ultra impressive in last week's Amy Vase, and it'd be fitting for this son of Letzelope to win a decade after his mother's momentous Melbourne Cup victory. Bart Cummings trained her and now her son, while Patrick Payne is one of the nation's most accomplished horsemen. If the big two are to be beaten, it may be by Amalfi. The Queenslander had plenty up his sleeve in his Norman Robinson victory, and he has the services of the best in the business, Damien Oliver. Perhaps Gay Waterhouse can emulate her 95 success in this race. She saddles up Geelong Derby trial winner Sakan Damon, while the colts that chased him home in that race will look to turn the tables. Thunder Hawk with Caulfield Cup winning jockey Scott Seamer in the saddle, and the flashiest looking horse in the race, the Bax Factor. Michael Moroney applying the polish, Brett Preble the man in charge. Amongst the others with an outside hope, Greg Childs mounts Zarek and Tully Zeal with Jim Cassidy aboard, both not far away in the Norman Robinson. It's a small but select field, and today's winner will earn a place alongside legendary names such as Farlap, Tulloch and Dulcify as the champion of his year in the 2001 Amy Victoria Derby.
Absolutely the only place to be in Victoria, well, in Australia. Today, Amy Victoria Derby Day. The gentlemen looking lovely in all manner of hats today. Gentlemen aren't supposed to be lovely, are they? Handsome. Yes, that's better. Amy Victoria Derby Day. I tell you what, I've been coming here for a long time. I've seen some great horses as I come down to your Peter Donegan, Mahogany and Reading I'm thinking of. Nothing Like a Dane, back to 78, Dulcify. It's happened again. The excitement grabs you, doesn't it?
Yes, and another name is about to join that illustrious list that you spoke about. Farlap's won the Derby, Tim. Tulloch's won the Derby, Dulcify, the horse you mentioned. Another horse is going to be added to the list in just a moment, Jen. Will it be Viscount? Will it be Ustinov? Or will it be an upset?
Well, you never know. You've got to be in it to win it, Peter, don't you? But it does look like the top two really do stand out here.
Have a look at him. He looks absolutely magnificent. Looks to have taken no harm from his Cox Plate third last week, Viscount. Kerrin McEvoy turned 21 just a few days ago. John Hawkes is the trainer.
He's a triple Group 1 winner, this horse, already as a 3-year-old. He does go up 7 kilos on his Cox Plate run, but who can forget it? It was a great run, and he's so relaxed, and he looks an absolute picture here in the mounting yard. He's a definite chance in the race.
You couldn't fault him physically. Maybe a mental scar or two, we'll find out shortly. Number 2, Ustinov. Patrick Payne is one of our finest horsemen, and of course, James Bartholomew Cummings knows how to train a winner.
And he knows how to prepare them for these sorts of races too. And this horse looks an absolute picture as well. He is so relaxed, which is what you need in a good young stayer. You can just see him there. He's just perfect and bred to win it. And gosh, he's going to be hard to beat, Peter.
Peter Moody is the trainer of number 3, Amalfi, the third of the top contenders here. Damien Oliver is probably, I think, the best jockey in Australia, and he will give this horse every possible chance.
I think you're right there, Peter, without a doubt. He's just been on fire, Damien. At Moonee Valley, this horse got back and he hooked out and he fought on well behind Viscount there, and then he was impressive when he sat outside the lead at Caulfield and recorded a very easy win there. So he's there with some place chance and maybe even an upset, but I think the top two have got it.
There is the man himself, Bart Cummings. Last minute instructions to Paddy Payne going up to to Mount Euston. There's Gay Waterhouse's runner, Sakan Damon, number 4. Gay, of course, has already trained the winner of this race, Nothing Like a Dane, back in 1995.
He's also relaxed, and he was very wide in the Geelong Derby trial, this horse. He eventually got in around about the 1200 metre mark. He did it pretty tough. I thought he dug in very strongly towards the line to get there and score, and he'll stay, so he's there with the place chance.
Another of Bart Cummings' runners is number 5, Sir Anabar. Stephen Arnold, the rider, looks to be flying a little bit too high here.
Yes, he was outclassed at Caulfield 2 starts ago. He ran last there. No excuses for him in the Geelong Derby trial as well, and I think I prefer to see him in something a little bit easier than this here today.
The Lindsay Park stable produced the winner of the Derby a couple of years ago with Blackfriars. Will they do it again with number 6, Saturday Fever? Tony McAvoy, the trainer, and Michael Walker, the whiz kid from New Zealand, in the saddle.
It was a nice run in the Derby trial as well. He's getting a little bit toey in the mounting yard, but for something easier, I think he would be better if he could run in something easier. I just doubt if he's got the class here, Peter. I couldn't really give him a place chance.
Number 7 is Zarek. Now, this is one of 3 geldings in the race. Interesting to note that between 31 and 56, 1931 and 56, geldings weren't permitted to run. Since that time, 7 geldings have won. I don't know whether Zarek's going to make it number 8.
Well, I don't think so, Peter. He did get a long way back at Flemington. He ran on well there. That was 2 starts ago, and then battled on fairly in the Norman Robinson at his last start. I just query him a little bit running a strong 2,500.
There's Leon Corsten's representative, number 8, National Chase, with Darren Beedman aboard.
Yes, he's got the blinkers off here today. I thought he had every chance at Flemington 2 starts ago, and at Caulfield he sat 5th. He had a good trail throughout the race. He was tight a little bit on the turn, and he kept going okay. He's an honest type of horse, maybe a place chance.
Fantastic. Number 9 ran 4th in the Geelong Derby trial. It's sort of half reared when the starter said go. Corey Brown takes the ride here for David Hall of Flemington.
And the start before that, Peter, he did lead, and it didn't really suit him there. Once again, I think he's a nice type of horse, but just maybe not have the class here.
Now, if there is to be an upset, Jen, the tote figures would probably indicate it may come from this horse, number 10, Tully Zeal. Ross McDonald at Caulfield. What a great thing it would be for Ross to train the Derby winner. Jimmy Cassidy has gate 1.
Yes, he's bred to stay. That's certainly in his favour there. I thought the tempo was against him at Flemington when he got a long way back and he ran on. He's quite a nice horse in the making. I just wonder whether he needs a little bit more maturity, so maybe a rough place.
Well, let's have a look at Thunderhawk, number 11. We just saw his tote figures. We'll go back to him in a moment because there is number 12, and that is the Backs Factor. Brett Preble is the rider. How flashy is this bloke?
He is flashy, so you can't miss him in the run. He worked on the pace and he was 3 wide most of the way in the Derby trial. Thought he did a terrific job to finish 3rd there. It's a big rising class here, but he's on the improve and maybe a rough place chance.
So we saw Thunderhawk going out there. We'll have a look at him behind the gates. Jem, what was your trifecta?
The trifecta, Peter, I can't go past the top weight, or the top 2 weights. I've put number 1, Viscount, on top from number 2, Euston, and number 3, Amalfi.
So there is Thunderhawk, number 11, in the care of Rob Heathcote. Scotty Seamer, the Caulfield Cup winning jockey, he'll come out of gate number 11. So there you've seen the 12 runners going to the start, and what a start it is. It's probably the most spectacular start in Australian racing, I think. The 2,500 metres, look where those stalls are, right in front of this massive humanity at Flemington.
Yes, it'd be so exciting for the jockeys going out there, but I'm quite impressed by these youngsters that are behaving themselves extremely well here.
Let's have a look at the totes as they go to the gates with Dan Malicki prior to the running of the Amy Victoria Derby.
Yes, Pete, Viscount 340, Euston 230, Amalfi 530. They've been the top 3 in the market all the way through the week, and they dominate the Amy Victoria Derby of 2001. Sakan Damon 17, big odds if you like, Sir Anabar, Saturday Fever, Zarek or National Chase, and Pentastic for that matter, number 9. Tully Zeal is the 4th pick, or 5th pick in the race now. It's at $15.80. And the Backs Factor at big odds with Thunderhawk given a chance as well. So we've got 3 top chances. Euston clearly the favourite though, Pete, with 4 minutes of betting time remaining.
Yes, a field of 12, a couple of very select ones. I think we'll be hearing about the names Viscount and Euston for quite a while, and maybe Amalfi as well. Or will it be an upset? Well, we've seen a couple of maiden victories, Fire Oak and Reading going back in the 1990s. Will it be an upset today? We're about to find out, and here's one of the great moments before any big sporting event. Rob Gaylard to introduce the national anthem.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome back here to Flemington to sing the national anthem, Miss Christina Noonan.
that doesn't make the hairs on the back of the neck stand up, there's something wrong. A magnificent moment before the Amy Victoria Derby. They're going to the stalls. Shortly we'll check in with Roy Higgins, Simon Marshall and John Letts. Let's go down to the betting ring. Tim Gossage, what's happening?
Peter Donegan, there was some money for Amalfi, but there was a bit of specking about 10 minutes ago, but now they're coming for Ustinov. Never reached red figures at all. It's usually been around a tick over sort of money for money, dollar for dollar. But talking to about 4 or 5 rails bookmakers, they declare that if Ustinov wins, it is a very, very bad result.
Tim Gossage in the betting ring with the latest on the Amy Victoria Derby. The map, 2,500 metres. They start at the 200-metre mark in front of the packed grandstands, and then it's a pretty much helter-skelter dash down to the first turn. Only a field of 12, though, and as you can see with the selections, it's the top 3 that we like. Ustinov, Viscount, Amalfi. It's just a matter of the order. Roy Higgins, the champion jockey who won the Victoria Derby on 4 occasions, has joined me, and I thought the top 2 especially, Roy, the 2 favourites, you couldn't fault them.
You're spot on there, Pete. We've had some magnificent 3-year-old colts and geldings out this season. Only this handful have survived. They've survived the pressure, these 2, and they came through with flying colours. Both of them look absolutely outstanding. In the autumn of this year, when he was still a maiden, I declared Ustinov would win the VRC Derby this year. I have no reason to change my mind. He's just an absolutely outstanding individual out of that great mare Let's Elope, and he looked absolutely magnificent. Marked him on top of Ustinov. I couldn't, Ustinov on the top of Viscount. Couldn't fault this guy in any way. He had a hard run in the Cox Plate. He's backed up. He looks lovely and bright. Number 3, Amalfi, another nice horse on the way. And of the ones, if there's a little blowout at odds, number 11, Thunderhawk. Nice horse by Thunder Gulch. Good run in the Derby trial there at Geelong, and he has trained on. So for the big one, I marked them in this order: 2, 1, 3 and 11. Thanks, Pete. 4
times Derby winning jockey Roy Higgins, courtesy of Sport 927. Simon Marshall has joined us in the mounting yard with his last-minute thoughts. What an atmosphere before this race, Simon.
This is terrific, Pete, and having a good look at the jockeys do their prelim to the barriers. This is where the nerves really kick in, and they've just got to browse over their top 5 hardest horses to beat. Watch for the battle of tactics going out of the straight, folks. Amalfi, Viscount, Ustinov, they've all got speed. Tully Zeal with the blinkers on, he's got speed. It's going to be a battle of tactics. Wait for him to relax at the 2,000, but I'm still sticking with Ustinov. I think he'll relax best, Pete.
I think you're right. I think he'll relax at the back of the field. John Letts is behind the gates, soaking up the atmosphere and casting an eye over the Derby runners.
Fabulous view from down here, Pete, and Ustinov will be one of the last to go into the gate, and he looks magnificent. He's very relaxed. Viscount broke out a little bit. He's a bit toey in the gates at the moment, but the horse that I did like walking around at odds was Sir Anabar. He looked well. I know his form looks pretty ordinary, but I've put him in this order, Pete. I've put Ustinov in on top to beat Viscount, who's getting very fractious in the gate now, and Sir Anabar, I think, will run a big race.
Ustinov coming up towards the gate. Sakan Damon also to move in. Gary Willits, how did you mark them in the Derby?
Well, look, I went order 1, 2, 3, Pete. I can't fault them. Gee, they look magnificent. There's Ustinov just going in now. Quick run down to the first. Got to get over before you get to this big sweeping turn.
Sir Kandamon ready, set for the Amy Victoria Derby. Ustinov the favourite, $2.30. Racing. Ustinov missed the start by about a length. Sir Kandamon, one of the best out with Pentastic, and wider out for Saturday Fever, and Thunderhawk, and pushing through Tully Zeal and the Backs Factor. So there's a number of horses that want to race up on the speed, and it's the Backs Factor going to the lead. Tully Zeal will end up on the fence behind it, and Pentastic third, with Saturday Fever pressing on 3 deep. Up to about 5th is Thunderhawk on the outside of Viscount. Then Sir Kandamon, a half a length to Zarek and 2 lengths to Amalfi. A length away National Chase, 1.5 to Sir Anabar, and Ustinov is 2 lengths last. 2,000 metres to travel, and the Backs Factor the leader. A neck away second, Saturday Fever. 2 lengths away in third position, Pentastic now on the rails, and 4th is Thunderhawk. Then Tully Zeal, a half a length to Viscount. Then Sir Kandamon, 7th on the inside of Zarek. Then came Amalfi and National Chase, 2 lengths to Sir Anabar, and 2 lengths away Ustinov at the tail of the field, the favourite, and is 12 lengths off the lead. 1,600 left to travel, and the Backs Factor in front. Saturday Fever running second, and Pentastic was third on the fence. 4th is Thunderhawk, and then Tully Zeal from Viscount, Sir Kandamon and Zarek. 1.5 to Amalfi in the blue and white colours. 4th last on the inside of National Chase. 1.5 lengths away to the favourite Ustinov, and its stablemate Sir Anabar last the inside. Heading to the back, 1,200 left to travel, and making a move was Tully Zeal. Goes up to put some pressure on and goes close to the lead now. So Tully's Eel takes over from the Backs Factor and Saturday Fever. Pentastic was 4th and Thunderhawk is 5th. Viscount's had a good run. 1.5 lengths away Zarek, and inside of it Sir Cardamon. 2 lengths to National Chase and to Melfi. 2 lengths to Ustinov. Still standing the lead at 10 lengths. Last is Sir Anabar. 800 metres to travel. Tully's Eel 1.5 lengths clear of the Backs Factor and Saturday Fever. 4th is Thunderhawk. 5th is Pentastic. Then Zarek outside of Viscount. National Chase and Melfi. Sir Cardamon. Ustinov 2 lengths away, about 8 or 9 off the lead, and Sir Anabar struggles last. Around the turn, 500 to go. Tully's Eel now headed by Saturday Fever. Nighthawk 3 out. Zarek wider out. Viscount shovel back. Ustinov's under the whip. Into the straight. Tully's Eel kicks back on the inside. The bolter Zarek and Amalfi gets out. National Chase down the outside. Pentastic getting through. It's Zarek. Amalfi now. Ustinov running on. Amalfi went to the lead. Pentastic battles on with Zarek. The leader is Amalfi. Zarek trying to come back. Amalfi and Zarek. Zarek's kicking back on the inside of Amalfi. Amalfi and Oliver. Amalfi a nose to Zarek and Pentastic. Then Ustinov. Sir Cardamon Viscount. Next in was National Chase Nighthawk. Tully's Eel, Sir Anabar and Saturday Fever to the back with the Backs Factor. It's a photo in the Derby. Has Oliver lifted Amalfi?
I think he has, Dan. You know, I'll leave it to the judge, but I just sort of thought Damien had just got it up right on the line. Gee, didn't know
Three's got it out. Amalfi the winner, D. Oliver. Breath in it, and it has got it by the breath. 7 Zarek, the maiden, having its 14th start. What a run.
Gee, didn't it fight back?
And Pentastic. What happened to Viscount? Every chance, and I didn't like the way Ustinov was going in the run, but he could whack away.
Viscount, I sort of thought, you know, he'd ridden it beautifully till about the 1,000, and then a couple went round and they sort of put the pace on a bit, and I was a bit worried then that Kieran sort of just couldn't quite hold his ground then, Dan. And then coming to the home corner, he had lost his position, but Viscount wasn't going good enough.
Some big place dividends for Zarek and Pentastic. What a blowout Zarek would have been, but a brave run just the same. And Amalfi D. Oliver, well, he just gives that extra little bit, which is the difference between running third and first. So no surprise to see D. Oliver there, but the surprise, Pete, no Ustinov or Viscount.
Yes, let's have a look at the action on the home turn here, Dan. And there's Amalfi, patiently ridden in the blue colours at the back of the field. We've got Zarek in the black colours with Greg Childs in second placing. Pentastic is in third spot at the end. There he is in the white cap. And at this stage, the horse you can see at the back there, that's him. And that is Ustinov, the favourite, and that is Viscount, the second favourite, over on the inside. Just we roll the action at the top of the straight, Gary.
Yes, well, there you can see, like at this stage in the cerise colours, that horse has really had enough now. Viscount, he's dropped out of it. But here's Amalfi coming with those blue blinkers, and Zarek's just inside of him, the gold and black. And boy, did they have a ding-dong go, these two horses getting to the line. And Damien Oliver, he's given it one with the stick, put the whip away again. Greg's sort of gone for his, Damien's gone again. And gee, did they fight it out.
And the third horse, Pentastic, I think it was very unlucky not to have won. Got a real check at the 400 at the top of the straight. Zarek shifted in. Pentastic ends up down on the rails. He battled away well, but he might have been the unlucky run of the third horse.
And Tully's Eel also, I noticed, getting a bit of a check, but he was a beaten horse at the time, round about the 200-metre mark. There's the head-bobbing finish, and he gets it. On the outside, Amalfi and Damien Oliver. Here is the champion jockey, the Derby winner, with John Letts.
And Damien Amalfi, gee, what a great ride. And Dame, I've noticed you a lot lately with the last couple of strides. You put the whip away and you lift them to the line. But gee, didn't this horse put his head up when you did that?
He did. He really tried, Johnny. I could feel there wasn't much left in the tank at the end there. And when a horse is running on empty, it's always good to help him a little bit. And pushed his head down on the line. He really responded to it.
I think by the name of the at the end of the year, you'll have the nickname the Lifter, because you've lifted a couple of them over the line lately with just that style at the last couple of strides in the race. But Amalfi, he give you a lovely ride throughout.
Yeah, super ride, mate. He's still learning a lot, this horse. I mean, he stopped and started a bit. He wanted to pull and relax.
Yeah.
Done a terrific job, you know. And it's only his, I think, first or second preparation. And Peter Moody, mate, he's just...
I was going to ask you, mate.
He's going to make a great trainer. I mean, we've been mates for a long time. And I'm delighted to win his first Group 1.
What about you winning Peter Moody's first Group 1? I think you must have won Freddie Kersley's first Group 1. Yeah. You're getting more than the Group 1 winner yourself.
So there it is.
Damien Oliver coming back, speaking to John Letts after his Derby victory here aboard this wonderful horse Amalfi. He looked very good when he won the Norman Robinson. Look at the elation on the faces of the winning connections. We'll be catching up with the winning trainer, Peter Moody, very shortly.
You got it?
And in front of this massive crowd at Flemington, this man, we said arguably before the race he was the best jockey in Australia. I don't think there's too much doubt that he is. And he does lift them. He puts the stick away. He doesn't need to ride with the stick all the time. He seems to have this uncanny ability to be able to get the best out of the horses he is riding. And today he has ridden this handsome 3-year-old to victory in one of the oldest and proudest races on the Australian turf calendar, the 147th running of the Amy Victoria Derby. In he comes, Damien Oliver back into the winner's circle, and we will head towards the trainer, Peter Moody, who has done a fantastic job with this horse. He probably went in, I don't know, overly confident about the fact that he would have been able to beat the likes of Ustinov and Viscount today, but he has been able to do it. And we're going to catch up with the trainer in just a moment as Damien Oliver brings Amalfi back to scale after the Amy Victoria Derby. Brave run by Zarek second, and third placing going to Fantastic. So they are the numbers after the Amy Victoria Derby of 2001. Peter Moody is joining us now. Pete, congratulations.
Great to be here.
Well, it certainly is great to be here, but it's great to be in the #1 stall on the first day of the carnival as well. Did you go in confident against the likes of Ustinov and Viscount?
My wife told me not to be. She said I'll put the mock on him when I'm too confident. But when he worked Tuesday, I spoke to Bruce Clark, Damien's manager, and said it'll take something exceptional to beat him. He won a derby on Tuesday morning. His work was that strong, and it was just a matter of keeping him together for 4 or 5 days.
He had so much up his sleeve at the end of the Norman Robinson. Did you have to put maybe a little bit more work into him then?
No, he's an absolute treat to train. He's a great horse, clean-winded, very athletic, although not that big. So, no, you know, he was there on Robinson Day, and it was just a matter of keeping him ticking.
Your biggest moment by a long way?
No doubt, and hopefully more to come.
Your hands shaking a little bit. You look as though you're pretty composed. Thumbs up to Damien Oliver as he walks past, but when's it going to sink in?
Oh, well, I don't know. It'll take a while, but we'll enjoy the moment.
So you should. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Peter Moody, the trainer of Amalfi, the Amy